What's up, everybody? We are back on another episode of Pound for Pound. I am the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman.
Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C.
A Shadowline production.
And Henry, we're first and foremost, where are you right now? Looks like you're in a hostel somewhere, huh? You overseas? Where you at?
No, that's just that third world life in Brazil, dude. You get your kitchen, your restroom, your living room all in one. You know?
Nothing wrong with that, Hey, Henry, have you ever been so hungry to where you ate on a toilet? Be honest.
Ate on the toilet.
Yes. Be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, man. Yeah,
It's
look.
like you got this burrito. You hungry, you got to get it down, but at the same time, you need a deposit. So you go out there and make a deposit while
Damn.
yeah.
Wow. Why do you bring that
It
up,
happens.
Christian? You trying to
It happens.
tell us something?
No, I'm just saying, you said you got everything in one, so I didn't know if you was sitting on the toilet right now,
Yeah,
so
but it's true, but I haven't. But I'm sure you're probably asking that because you're in fight camp, Kush. And how's that coming along?
yeah, fight camps, it's good.
1
It's
week
almost done
out.
now. Yeah, a week out. It seems so far away, but as you know, that fight week comes like a blur. So I'm just I'll be good Friday night. I'll be excited on Friday night after you stepped off that scale and you get to rehydrate and get everything back in you. So that'll be great. I'm excited, and like I've said before, I'm blessed to have an opportunity to do this again. But Henry, UFC, UFC 316 happened last night. Merab Dvalishvili taking on Sugar Sean O'Malley 2. And did it deliver, Henry? Did this deliver for you? Because this is your weight class, so you tell me.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, Kamaru. Like it's Marab, and the fact that he's so active is what makes him dangerous, bro. Especially after a fight with Umar Nurmagomedov and what he was able to do and how he was able to steal that fight from him. But I mean, that being said, it was Abarab, dude. I would have say Eddie Alvarez kind of broke things down. It kind of came across from it. What makes Merab Devashville a little awkward. It's his movement, but he brought something up that obviously it's his movement, a little bit of that, but being in there with him at one point is the fact that he goes back like 7 feet. Do you know what I'm saying? Like when people are trying to come at him with certain punches. So when it's not your typical fighter that reacts a little bit different, it's very problematic for a very technical fighter. And I think a lot of times people think the technical fighter is does really good with brawlers and things like that. But that's not always the case, man. But I think with Marab's movement, with his distance recognition, the fact that he's out, he's in, you don't know what he's going to throw. And he doesn't necessarily have the heat to finish you with the hands, but he has the heat to finish you with the fatigue. And I felt like that's what he was doing with Sean. From overhands to the takedowns, from even kicking, like he caught Sean pretty good. Sean was a bit beat up, dude. Like I want to say he outstruck Sean O'Malley. Not the cleanest, but he did a really good job of just making Sean continue to keep fighting, drowning him, putting him against the cage, taking him down, letting him get back up. And this guy, what I'm gonna say about Marab is he does it. This is something that Kobe had in the beginning, that they do not waver from fucking taking people down or shooting, even if they don't get it. So again, I go back. It was kind of what I said. It's going to be the same fight in which I called this. I do believe that I do believe that Merab Devaj really could have stopped it. He ended up doing it in 3 rounds. I mean, all kudos. He's gone through O'Malley, Umar Nurmagomedov, O'Methley 2 times. Obviously, the Triple C, Yan, Aldo, Marias. I mean, these are all former champs, and they're if not in the UFC and their respected organizations. I mean, it's time to just officially just call him the GOAT, dude, the Bantamweight GOAT.
Yeah, I think it was yes, like we said before, we felt that Marab had the capabilities to dominate him again, and he showed that. He did that. there's something to where, because Henry and you can attest to this, before you become a champion, right? You kind of got to tread lightly. You got to make sure I cross my, T's and dot my I's. I got to make sure I don't make mistakes in there because I can't lose a fight. I don't want to lose a fight because if I lose, I might not get that opportunity to fight for the title. So you're a little careful. So it's a little safer. But when you become the champion, there's this thing that comes off your shoulders because it's like, wow, no, I am the best in the world. I can do any of these things. And then, of course, you take it a step further to where you have a scary contender that you have to go against, to where everyone says, oh, this guy's going to get you. This guy's going to beat you. This guy is the one that's going to be the real champion. And it scares you to the point where you are so dialed in, you go out there and you dominate. It just puts you on another level with your confidence, the way that you carry yourself. Merab Dvalishvili is a champion, and a great champion, because he has all the elements now. Not too long ago, they were saying, oh, this guy's boring. Oh, it takes everyone down, this and this and that. Not too long ago, Henry. Now look at Merab. Arguably, right now, I would say one of my favorite champions,
Oh,
because
hold on, Kush. I thought you were gonna say arguably pound for pound. Was that about to slip out of that slippery tongue of yours, Kush?
relax, 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 relax. He's
No,
high.
but
He's
it's
high.
not too far fetched. It's not
It's
too
not, but
far
he's
fetched.
high.
Come
He's
on.
high on the list. But I don't know. I wouldn't go as far as saying number one, because um, I don't necessarily even want to go into that breakdown. But he's definitely
If
high
he's
on that
more
list. He's
active,
top
no,
four.
hold on, Kush, but I think we should. If he's more active than all these other fighters, and you cannot. It's not fair for you to not say he's pound for pound. I'm gonna give you an example. Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman at one point fighting everybody, lapping everybody, and doing it on several occasions, and he was pound for pound. What is the difference between Merab Dvalishvili if he's able to lap people and beat people a couple times in there? Bro, there's no denying, dude, that the dude
So are you
is not
saying
just the
that?
best, huh?
Are you saying Marab right now is number one pound for pound fighter in the world?
If he stays more active, if
There's
he's
no if, ands, or buts. You brought this up, so is that what you're saying?
he beats Corey Sandhagen on this fight, yes, I'm gonna put him at pound for pound the best fighter in the world, dude, 100%. I
I,
know, I
that's
know, I know, I know. But think about it. It's like
it's a
there's
good
a lot
argument.
of you can't deny it, Kamaru. Especially if he gets 4 fights this year, bro. Like, hey, listen, I'm a
Come on,
hater, but I
four.
also recognize the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I love that, and I like that about Merab. Merab has given his stuff this all with his humble pie, and it seems like he's only getting better, bro. Like, but check this out, Kamaru. Check this out. If he does get past Corey Sandhagen, but I still believe because this next fight is for the title against Corey Sandhagen, and I do believe because the Mexico thing is not going to take place, they're probably going to push Rob Dvalishvili maybe in October. So I don't think he's going to be able to get his 4 fights. I think if it was September, I think Moravo could have possibly pushed it to maybe the end of the year and do it in December. But that being said, check this out. As much as I complimented Morab, I don't think he beats Corey Sandhagen, bro. I've been really good with my picks at the bantamweight division. I've
Really,
been really getting things at the bantamweight division,
really,
my division.
really.
Yes, yes.
But who did Marab fight before O'Malley?
Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But the only reason why I feel the person that could give that's the most problematic for a guy like Merab Dvalishvili, it is Corey Sandhagen because Corey Sandhagen brings a lot more thump than a guy like Sean O'Malley, and he is a submission threat a lot more than O'Malley. And he's big, bro. And the other thing too, man, Corey Sandhagen can get up to his feet. He showed that against a guy like Umar Nurmagomedov. He throws knees up the middle, the one that he caught Frankie Edgar with. Like the dude is freaking dangerous all around. And I do believe, bro, or I have a feeling that the person to really to potentially get the job done with a guy like Merab. And again, I got a couple of Merab. Number one, you have to, man. He's the bantamweight GOAT. But if there's a guy in that division right now with all the tools and the fact that he can get up and he's young and he's younger than him, it is Corey Sandhagen.
Dude, that's a
Styles make
lot.
fights,
You said
Kamaru.
that was a lot. That was a lot, and not all of it was wrong. I do agree. I do think there is first and foremost, Merab is I mean, these are the type of champions that we love to see, especially nowadays. Merab is playing every aspect of the game as a champion. You know, Merab is he's willing to make the skits. He's willing to do the jokes. He has fun with it, but he's also serious when he comes out there to fight. And and he's so honest. Like, why? How can you not love him? How can you not love him? You know,
Shit,
and
even
so
I love him, and he picked me up from the
he
fire, dude.
saved you from the fire. You know what I mean? He he tried to kind of save Sean O'Malley again, but it's you know, he got rid of him quickly. But
He,
listen,
he,
and
he
I want to talk about that fight. I want to talk about the fight a little bit more. Like, I know a lot of people are just kind of throwing in on O'Malley and saying, "Oh yeah, he looked bad." I don't think he looked bad. I think O'Malley looked really, really good, because there were times in there where I was like, Merab has to be careful with how he's really coming forward, how he's really pushing this, because O'Malley was, his lateral movement looked like it was much better than the first fight. He was still throwing strikes. He was trying, you know. And I just think there was moments where he tried to force them because of all that pressure that Merab was putting on him. But, you know, I don't think O'Malley looked bad. I just think, you know, Merab right now is just that kryptonite for him that can solve, you know, answer all the questions that Sean O'Malley presents. But moving forward, I agree with you, Henry. I listen. You saying that you're the best in calling out these, uh, eh, you know, but I think if there's anyone in that division that can get Merab, it is the Sandman, Corey Sandhagen. I just think right now, I watch this guy train. I'm not just saying that because he's my teammate, but I watch him train and I'm like, yo, like he's one of those guys he's ambidextrous with the work. He can give it to you with the right hand or the left hand, the right leg or the left leg. It doesn't matter. From this stance, from either stance. So I'm telling, like, we have a hybrid of fighters, these new wave guys that are just good everywhere. And the thing with Corey is where he was deficient, he has spent so much time there. You just saw him with Figgy. And he went out there and just dominated him from start to finish. He made him look like he shouldn't have been in there with him. So if there is somebody that can dethrone Merab, it is Corey Sandhagen. But unfortunately, if Corey does not get it done, Merab Dvalishvili. I do see pushing him high up on that pound for pound list, because
yeah,
not only does he have all the skills, but he is getting in there as frequent as possible
yeah.
and running through the guys. So I agree with you, Henry. I
Yeah,
think
but that's what I'm
definitely
saying. So Kamaru, so let me ask you something. If he does beat, and again, if he does beat a guy like Corey Sandhagen, because he's got listen, I'm gonna. John Jones hasn't gone through everybody at the heavyweight division. Islam Makhachev hasn't gone through everybody in the in the lightweight division.
lightweight division.
This dude is about to go through everybody, and there's no denying that.
You make a good point, Henry. You make a good point.
Like you know what I'm saying? No, no, of course, bro. Like, dude, listen, man. Call me cringy, call me what the fuck you want. But the reality is, bro, is I love the truth. And this is what's made me successful in fighting and wrestling and whatnot. Because you know the reality is what makes somebody successful is there's an honesty to us. And I like Islam and I like and Jones and I'm boys with Jones. Like really, dude. Sometimes me and Jones would text like a couple times a week, dude, on just certain things, dude. But that being said, if Barab is able to get that thing done, bro, he not only deserves pound for pound, but even fighter of the year for 2025, man.
Bop, bop, bop,
Shaba,
bop, bop. Okay.
Shaba.
I will have to say I agree with you. I agree with you, Henry. That's rare, but I agree with you. You know, I I mean, yeah, I can't say. Well, here's the question though, Henry. Okay, we know where Merab is going from here, but where does Sean O'Malley go from here?
Sean O'Malley. Well, there's only. It's too good, man. It's too good. It's too good for me and Sean. Obviously, man, I really don't count that last loss, dude. That's fucked up, dude. I really don't, man. But whatever, dude. I'm 0-3. He's 0-2. We're both from Arizona. We're both former champs. We're both from the
Mm.
same fucking city. It just makes
Mm.
perfect sense. I'm not sure. Like, they're probably gonna give Sean a striker, but dude, they're gonna give Umar Nurmagomedov, bro. He's got a better shot with me. I mean, who are they? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't, dude, give this dude a shot, dude. You know,
Yo, that is honest. Gee.
Kamaru D, Triple C in 2020, bro, dude. I'll be licking my toes, but that ain't. You know, it's different, bro. I am a little older. I do a lot. I do have kids. I know where my time is going. That's just the honest to God's truth. But I feel like, I mean, they might serve. I mean, fuck, the UFC is always going to take care of this kid, man. But if there's a way where I could slide in there and fight this fucking dude, like it's time for us to, from me crashing his deal in Vegas that one time, like the Office episode, from him declining the call for us, you know, when we're on pound for pound, that he's like, whatever, that he shuts the thing. Like it's time to really duke it out, bro. Even though we're both, you know, we're both on a losing streak, but I think it makes fucking perfect sense. Now, if the
I
UFC don't
see
want
what
to
you're
do that,
saying. I get what you're saying, but if we look back at these rankings here, Henry, um, Sean O'Malley's number one.
see, dude, they got Song at 5, bro. Like, come on, dude.
Song is at 5. You haven't fought
Fought Vera
you haven't
Davison.
fought you haven't fought number 2, you haven't fought number 6, you haven't fought number 7, you haven't fought number 8. And so that'll be kind of tough for them to just throw you number 1, even if he's coming off of 2, especially
Yeah, but
coming off of 2
but
fights.
like he shouldn't even. Why is he the number one contender when he got dominated his last fight? This is the stupid reality of our sport that has a lot to do with entertainment. You know what I mean? Like these rankings really don't mean shit. They really, truly don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I lost to the two best guys, and I had one shitty ass performance with Homeboy, with Sangyeong, which was freaking completely illegal. And fuck, dude, I went down to 10. Like, dude, to me, that shit's embarrassing. This is why I got one of them out. So whoever the hell it is, like, I really don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But I would love for it to be Sean. But well, you want to check out my tweet, Kush? I think you
Yeah, I
might. I
want to
think
check.
you,
I see all you got. Who's tweeting for Peter Yan? This is damn good English. See, better
read
when
that.
you're
Read that
handing
for me,
things
Kush.
you
No,
did.
no, no. Pull up mine,
It
bro.
says, "Yeah, let's."
No,
These
but you know what?
tweets are.
Read Peter's real quick so you can see it.
This
I'm
is
not
what
the I'm
look.
not
Peter
the only
Yan
one that
says.
thinks like this.
This is what happens when you're handed things you didn't earn. Back in line. Who tweeted? I know Peter Yan did tweet this.
Uh,
He's like at home like,
I
yeah.
think you'll like mine a little bit better. Read mine.
Yours is, hey Sean, you should have stroked the cord before the fight and let your wife. Come on, come on.
Just finish it.
Anyways, I'm still looking for a tune-up sibling fight all the time. Let's give Merab's Father's Day. Let's give Merab the Father's Day present. Jesus, he will never forget. So now Merab is both of you guys' dad.
That's fine, dude. I'll go with it. Whatever, dude. Like I got a good sense of
Okay.
humor, dude. It is what it is. You got to give credit. You got to give credit where
Listen,
credit is due.
it would be fire if we were able to go back to Arizona. That would be a fire fight in Arizona. Who's the king of Arizona? I think that could be a tremendous fight night. You and Sean O'Malley headlining the card. That would be tremendous. All right, Henry, we're going to take a quick break from the episode to thank our sponsors, Cash App. Henry, it sucks, man. One time I got on the Joe Rogan podcast and I just talked a little bit about what I help dudes out here and there. Then the next week, Henry, I had about 300 Cash App requests. Don't you just hate when that happened, Henry?
Well, man, if you let a guy like Francis Ngannou 100 G's, I'd be hitting you up too.
But what makes Cash App so great, Henry, is not only is it quick, but most importantly, it's safe and secure. If I'm about to send money to someone I don't really know like that or somebody sketchy, Cash App gives me a warning, which definitely lets me know that they got my back.
Cash App makes it quick, simple to send, receive, and transfer money to friends and family. And I like the personal message you leave when you're sending money, especially with sending money to friends. It just makes it less transactional and a little bit more fun.
And also, Henry, the setup was fast. I just put in my phone number and email, no bank account needed, and I was sending money in minutes.
If you're still messing with other apps, I don't know what you're doing. It's just easier with Cash App. For a limited time only, new Cash App users can use our exclusive code to earn more additional cash.
Just download Cash App and sign up. Use our exclusive referral code, pound for pound, in your profile. Send $5 to a friend within 14 days and you'll get $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App. Now let's get back to the episode. Last night, it happened. The greatest female
Dude,
combat.
female, mother.
The
Like, not
greatest.
even, bro.
Hey,
Not
don't.
even.
Hey, I don't want to start nothing because I don't want to be in it. But I mean, Kayla Harrison went out there and got it done. I was almost. I couldn't. I just remember, Henry, putting myself in that moment as soon as she got up and realized, geez, I did it. I've done it. Everything I've been working for, every mile, every step that I took towards this title, it's finally here. And just seeing her just relive and in that moment, it was spectacular, Henry. How was that? How did you think about the fight?
Oh, dude, Kayla's a fucking animal, bro. Like, did we? I mean, nobody should be surprised. She was a big favorite in this car. She's disciplined. She's fucking everything that you wanted in an athlete. Now the biggest question is I mean this fight really suited Kayla Harris, but this girl like Juliana Pena with no disrespect, she wasn't a threat on her feet, nor was she a threat to Kayla Harrison on the ground. Like Kayla Harrison's fucking different, bro. Like she's fucking jacked too on top of all that. But the real question, yeah, because honestly, she's overpowering these girls. She overpowered Holly Holm, not Holly Holmes, as you used to say, Kush. She overpowered she overpowered Juliana Pena in the fashion. Dude, she didn't get a submission. She didn't. I forget what she didn't get the arm triangle, and she went straight for was it a Kimura? And she
Mm-hmm.
ended up getting it. Like,
Yep.
like she just muscled her way through. And another, I'm sorry, she didn't muscle her way through. She powered her way through, and I think that's one of her biggest strengths today. Making 135 pounds is her fucking strength. But now I'm not surprised, bro. Like we both called it. Um, Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes is coming out of retirement. I don't know how long she's been out for, but I wouldn't doubt Kayla Harrison on that one too. But that's her biggest test. Could she beat could she beat a girl like Amanda Nunes? And will Amanda Nunes play the ground game with Kayla, or could Amanda Nunes keep it on her feet and move, stat, jab, stick? Could she be disciplined enough? Because you know what, there's been times too with Amanda Nunes where she's literally fucking shit the bed. You know what I'm saying? She did it. She did it with Juliana Pena, dude. You know what I'm saying? She was able to show a lot of that fatigue to eventually just be on all fours and then get submitted. So, she's lost. She's been KO'd by what's her Kat Zingano. I mean, there's L's here, dude, that she's taking, but she's also gotten a lot better, dude. To me,
Oh, you
the
talking you
fight,
talking
the
about Amanda
fight
Nunes?
yeah, the fight that I've always wanted to see might go in the women's division, the greatest of all time, is Chris Cyborg, man. And people don't give her credit, man. Just because she got knocked out by Amanda Nunes and there is a belt that was given to her, like it'll dude, Chris Cyborg went 14 years without losing, bro. A whole decade and a half without losing, dominating everybody, dominated the girl that beat Kayla Harrison, knocked her the hell out. I mean, dude, what do you think?
First, wait, Henry, you wait. See, when you go on these rants, I gotta call you on it. I gotta pull the flag out. I gotta pull the flag out, Henry. How dare
Yeah,
you?
I might have
Did
went on
you
a rant
just
there. No, I went on
did
a
you
rant.
just did you just say the greatest of all time?
The greatest female
The
fighter of all
female
time.
Chris Cyborg is the greatest female of all time.
Yes.
Over Amanda Nunes.
Yes.
Come on. There's only one way to figure that out, right?
Uh-huh.
Right? They both have to fight, right? That's the one way, right?
And the UFC should
Did it
bring back
happen?
Chris Cyborg.
Did it happen? Did Amanda Nunes fight Chris Cyborg?
Dude, everybody has her night, man.
Did,
Everybody has her night. She did
my
lose.
brother,
But
listen,
why don't
listen.
we compare the records if we're gonna go off of
No, no, no,
off
no,
of
no, no,
just
no,
that
no.
one
Listen,
little
listen.
win?
No, 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 no. Listen. Chris Cyborg is a legend. Chris Cyborg is a trailblazer. Chris Cyborg, you were right, for years and years and years was a destroyer. But when you say the greatest of all time, what Amanda Nunes has done, listen, Amanda Nunes, without a doubt, is the greatest. Chris Cyborg, let's be honest, is a very, very close second. Very close second. But you cannot say Amanda Nunes is not the greatest female fighter of all time. She is, for sure. She is. No, no.
That's
Let me
your
rephrase that.
opinion.
Let me rephrase that. The greatest female mixed martial artist of all time is Amanda Nunes. Now you want to say the greatest female combat athlete? Okay. Now we look at Chris Cyborg because Chris Cyborg was boxing, kickboxing with all these different things. But listen, no, Kayla Harrison, let's get back here. Kayla Harrison had almost a flawless performance yesterday. And right from the start, you saw her. She had the size. She was so much bigger. She did everything correctly. She hydrated back correctly, and she was strong. Kayla Harrison did what she needed to do, and she accomplished her dream. Now, the big question is what everyone keeps saying is how long can she make this weight? Let's be honest. She's very, very big for that weight class. But you can't say she can't make the weight. She
Yeah, but
can make it. She made it healthy.
so is Amanda, bro.
Exactly. She made it and she did it healthy and she went out there and she performed. So we have to do away with that rhetoric. Now, can she do that often? That is going to be potentially the issue. And also, hey, with someone like Amanda Nunes coming out of retirement, the greatest fighter of all time, female fighter of all time, I don't know. Amanda hasn't fought in 2 years. You
Yeah,
know,
can you look? Can you look real quick when Amanda's last fight was?
I believe it was June 23. I believe June 2023. 2 years ago, she hadn't fought to the day. I believe, or yeah, we're a couple of days, 2 days away from it being 2 years that she's been in there. And she, Amanda's dealt with a few injuries. Amanda's a bit older. It's a tough thing to deal with. I'm not saying she can't do it. That's the greatest
So who do
mixed
you got?
martial
Cause
artist of
she
all time.
got your girl Kayla Harrison or Amanda the Lioness Nunes.
Well, I have to go with Kayla Harrison because right now, when you've done what Kayla Harrison has done, and especially now, you just got the belt. You are the champion. It just reaffirms like, yo, all that work paid off. I am the best. And so riding that extra 10, 15% confidence that Kayla's going to have, I think Kayla has an advantage on every female when it goes to the ground. I think she does. And getting it to the ground, I think Kayla does as well. So just for that purpose alone, and because I haven't seen Amanda in 2 years, the greatest female mixed martial artist of all time, I'm going to have to go with Kayla Harrison. Now, Henry, you look strong, but you could be stronger, you know. And usually they say push-ups make people stronger. You feel me? So
No,
yeah,
but check this out, Kamar. I know what you're about to say. Those anytime push-ups. One, we said 100 anytime push-ups. Go back and watch that interview. And then two, she said she's got to win the belt at 135 and 145, which the weight class doesn't damn exist. And then so the only option that Kayla has is to really go down to, because it's all about merit, dude. She's gonna have to go back down to 125 pounds. Again, this is what came out of her mouth. This was the
Henry,
bet that she
Henry,
decided
man.
to do. She says, I want to win. No,
All right.
hold on, dude. You can't do that, Kush. You can't fucking do that. She still needs to defend her that belt. And not just that, but she needs to win another belt. I'm sorry, bro, but I don't count the PFL, dude. The UFC's
Whoa.
always been the top dog. How can fucking let's
So
count
Chris
everything
Cyborg
I've done too. You
at
know what I mean? Like
PFL, you
it's
don't count that?
who she never
Listen,
fought her.
Larissa Pacheco,
She never fought Chris Cyborg. She never fought Chris Cyborg.
Kayla
She
hasn't
never
fought her.
fought
I
the best
understand that.
Kamala. That, and
Okay, I get what you're
you know
saying.
what I'm
So
saying.
it is what it is.
So you can't throw another organization with a big dog, the NFL of mixed martial arts in the UFC. You can't do that. You can't count that as a fucking accolade. Then if that's the case, then maybe go to Bellator and have a winning
Wow.
chance. Then you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make
Wow.
sense, dude.
Listen, listen. A champion is a champion, you know. A champion is a champion. But I
Ah, dude, see you,
you
dude. You're
said what
always
you
making me the
said.
bad guy. Come
Stand
on,
10
no,
toes down on
I'm
what you
telling the
said. You feel me?
truth.
So, hey, it is what it is. We can't wait for that announcement when Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes is scheduled. I can't wait for that. But Henry, there was a couple other fights that I want to get to real quick on this card that were on there. Kelvin Gastelum taking on Joe Pyfer. This is your boy Kelvin Gastelum. You go ahead, Henry. I'm going to let you just go ahead and say what you need to say here.
Man, Calvin, fuck, man. We wanted Piper Mexico City, man. You know, that's what we originally had planned because of the altitude. Calvin's just too fucking short, dude, for that. He couldn't reach Piper. He wasn't double faking and he wasn't level changing as he should have. And then Piper hurt him early, bro, with that right hand in the beginning. And then Calvin wasn't the same, dude, but it was all Piper, dude. It was pretty much 30-27, dude. I think some of these judges have a lot of things confused, man, but it was Piper's a real powerful dude, a real middleweight that's fucking dangerous. But I just felt like Calvin was just off, man. He was just I mean, I don't know what else to say. Calvin could take a fucking hit, man. You know,
Let's
Calvin was on it when he fought Vitor Belfort. Even when he fought and lost to Chris Weidman, like that little era when Calvin was really in the game, like because Calvin's fought the who's, bro. He's fought Jacare, he's fought Vitor Belfort, he's fought Robert Whitaker, he's fought Jared Cannonier, he fought Piper. I mean, look at all the guys that he's fought. I mean, that dude has miles, bro. Like he's fought everybody under the damn
let's
sun.
go. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Henry, but you know, we gotta basically we gotta be honest here, and let's go to Israel Adesanya. Let's click on his profile real quick. Let's see how tall is Israel. Israel is
Israel
six
six
four.
four.
Okay, now let's see. I'll go back. Let's see how tall is Piper. Joe Piper is 6'2". That's not an excuse, Henry. Kelvin Gastelum touched Israel Adesanya more than any other fighter has ever touched Israel Adesanya.
Yeah,
Israel has never been that damaged in any fight, than he was in that Kelvin Gastelum fight. Now we have to
yeah.
be honest here, and I love Kelvin. You know, me and Kelvin go way back. I like Kelvin, but let's be honest here. And it's not, oh, we wanted him in Mexico City because of the altitude. No, let's be honest. Kelvin looked bad. Kelvin looked out of shape. Kelvin looked fat.
He's always like that. What are you talking
No, no, no,
about?
no, 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 no. Don't let's not do that. I've seen Kelvin Gastelum come in shape. Kelvin comes in when Kelvin comes in shape. I don't know a ton of guys that he can't beat. Kelvin went in there in shape. Look what Kelvin did to former champion, to Michael Bisping. Look what Kelvin did to Israel Adesanya. Look what Kelvin Vitor. Like, listen, you can't say that about Kelvin. When Kelvin is dedicated and he makes sure that he's prepared for these fights, Kelvin looks completely different. Kelvin didn't look like that. Well, I don't know what I mean. I hate to say it, Henry, but what you doing down there, man, in Arizona? What you doing down there? Like, how does he come in looking like that? You can't. Kelvin looked flat, and even and he can't say, "Oh yeah, he got hurt early on, that's why he didn't." No, even in the fourth, Kelvin he landed a couple little things there. So we can't do that. Kelvin Gastelum has the ability, if he's dedicated, has the ability to almost beat anybody in this division. But I feel like there's something off
Yeah, but you
with the
could. Yeah, but
preparation and
Kamaru,
the
can I tell you
dedication.
something? Gil McCall, bro. Gil
What?
McCall, dude. Like Gil McCall, call him.
He's
You know,
at your gym.
no, I know. Dude, you don't
Have
think
you
I
not
have
had a
you,
talk with him?
you don't think I have those periodically, dude? He probably
Like
has to hear it from somebody else. He probably has to hear it from the Nigerian Nightmare and somebody that's just not as close to him, but
I
that
might
could
have to.
really
Yeah,
shake that could really shake him up, bro. Like I would do that. I fucking call you tomorrow if I saw you slacking or
I
whatever. I'd be like,
I
hey,
agree with
bro,
you, Henry. I
fucking.
agree.
And after this
I
call,
might
I do
have
want to
to.
tell you some
I might
things
have to
like
just,
leading to this
you know,
fight
as a friend,
with
because
Bug
I
Dog. You know that I see that they're probably gonna try to set up with you. You know that you're gonna have to be careful with. But that's that's off camera or whatnot. But you could
well,
be right, Kumar. You could be right. You know what I'm saying? I'm busy, bro. I'm traveling, I'm doing my thing. Like the biggest thing that I like that I do, bro. Like don't see me as a coach. I'm more of a fucking mentor, man. I'm more of a mentor slash counselor because I got my own shit going on, and I let
yeah,
these people know from the first time that I meet them, and I tell them.
right.
But
Right. No, I get you,
that's
Henry, and you're right. I might, as a friend, because I do care about Kelvin. It's this is just kind of this is a dangerous sport to be hanging around if you're not going to be dedicated in it, because this actually can cause you harm. And Kelvin is so talented. He's always been talented. We've always known that since he got off the Ultimate Fighter. But it's just like he has those lapse moments where he'll come out there and look amazing. And then just moments you can just see that the dedication wasn't there, the work wasn't there. And so that's the only thing I would say. I think Kelvin Gastelum had every ability to win that fight. And as far as Joe Pyfer, uh, um, he's a good, big, tall, scary guy. But Joe Pyfer's not ready for the top of the division. Look what Jack Hermanson came out there and did. Joe's not ready yet. Joe, he was looking for one big shot the whole night. One big shot. Anytime Kelvin actually put a combination together to get on the inside, Kelvin Gastelum was able to hit him. So I'm going to say Joe Pyfer did a great job. He was able to go out there and get the victory. But I don't think you don't fast track him. You don't move him to the top yet, because you don't want to see him take another devastating loss, or a devastating loss, and that hurts his confidence, and Joe never really gets to where he could be. He has a lot of potential, we know it, but he's not ready for that top yet. I will give him another fight, let him get his feet wet. And Henry, we haven't really seen him grapple either. We did see Jack Hermanson get him there, but we haven't seen him grapple. So I think
yeah.
it's Kelvin Gastelum didn't do what he was supposed to do in preparation for that fight. That's why that fight looked like that. But hats off to Joe Pyfer. He was able to go out there and get the victory, Henry. But moving on.
Wow, but this is the Kamaru Usman that I like hearing this side of
Why?
Kamaru
Because
D.
I said it like it was. Yeah, you got to say it. Kelvin, I like Kelvin. Kelvin's my dog, but my man, come on, man.
Ah,
And not just that. Let's moving on to the next one. I feel the same with this next one. Moving on to this one, Henry, you were wrong. You were wrong.
wow. Now you started to feel like my like my
You
elder
were
coach.
wrong. Look
Yeah,
at what you call
I
him. What you
was, I
call him?
was, I was, and I'd be the first one to admit that.
What you
Patchy
call him?
Mix, Baptista. No, I'll say more about
Bautista.
Bautista now, dude, because he's a gamer, bro. He went out there, level changed his striking, moved laterally, set things up, wasn't afraid of Patchy striking. Patchy Mix had no head movement, straight in the center. Mario Bautista called his bluffs, and Patchy did one takedown attempt in the whole fight, and bro, nobody saw this thing coming. I want to say that Patchy was the biggest. Was Mario Bautista was the biggest underdog, and what Patchy was able to. Patchy just had no answer, bro. Like this is Patchy's uh, second loss, bro, this career, and he's fought everybody from Haraguchi to Sergio Bettis. I mean, he's fought the best in that past organization, but him coming into the UFC, bro, I don't know if those jitters are fucking real. They might be, but man, Patricio Pitbull loses. And now Patchy Mix, their former champ, two of PFL's former champs, fucking just lost, man. What does that say about the UFC, bro? It's the NFL of mixed martial arts, and if you're not with it, if you cannot adapt, bro, I mean, you'll lose to a top tenner, bro. And Mauro Batista, he's fucking good, man. I don't know how else to say it. He's good, man. He
He's
beat Aldo. He just beat Patchy Mix. I mean, the dude's on an 8 fight win streak. You
he's
know.
damn good. He's damn good. I agree with you, and he's really really good. What he did last night really showed people that he's damn good. So we got to move him up in that rankings. We got to start give. We got to give him one of those. Yeah, why not Batista versus O'Malley? Why not? I mean,
I like that. They're apparently
with
teammates, or they were former
with
teammates.
with what he
But
did last night to Patchy Mix, who Patchy Mix, had he gone out there and did what was expected, was probably going to fight for this title next. But
you think so?
had he gone out there and disposed of Bautista like like was expected, first second round, oh yeah, I think Patchy makes a strong case for himself with the resume that he has, with the guys that he's beat. I think he makes a strong case for himself for fighting for that title. But let's really talk about that. Honestly, I think Patchy Mix cut too much weight. I think so. He looked he looked like his body was not responding. That's not the Patchy Mix that we're used to seeing. Everything was flat. Patchy Mix threw one punch. That was a hook. Right hook. That was it. The head movement wasn't there, and it was a right hook. Right counter hook. Right counter hook. Sometimes almost like a jab hook, counter hook. That was the shot that was coming the whole time. I didn't see any combinations. I didn't see a 1-2-3 from Patchy Mix. I rarely saw a 1-2. Well, Bautista mixed it up, went to the body, went to the head, kicked to the body. Bautista looked amazing. But I think the story was I don't think Patchy Mix recovered from that weight cut. Patchy Mix has all the skills, has a lot of skills, and I think he definitely can be at the top of this division. But I think we need to kind of think about what that weight cut is like because it looked bad. And I think it was that weight cut that got
Yeah,
to him.
Kamaru, you woke up and chose violence today. Woo!
No,
I
I'm
love
just
it.
I'm just being real. I'm just being
I
real.
like the
Patchy Mix,
Kamaru that
I've
cuts
known
weight.
Patchy Mix for a long time, even since before he really started making waves in Bellator. Patchy Mix is extremely talented. Patchy Mix was a champion and has the recipe to become a champion. But I think we got to figure some things out here. I think that weight class we got to figure out because if it's going to be at this weight class, then it might potentially have to be a lifestyle change because it looked like he cut too much weight to get down to this weight class, and it showed in the fight. It looked bad. But I do think Patchy Mix is very very skilled, and I can't wait to see how he rebounds from this. But Mario Batista, I think now we give him from looking like that, now we give him a fight. You're either going to give him Song Yadon or you're going to give him Sean O'Malley to see if he belongs at the top of that division. That's where I'm at, Henry. But
what do you do with Sean O'Malley? Do you give Sean O'Malley fucking Umar?
no, Sean has to. And you know what? And it depends on O'Malley. Let's be honest. O'Malley is probably the biggest star in that division right now. I think him and Merab are neck and neck as far as
No,
star
bro. That's
power.
no, that's all Merab Kamaru. I don't know what you
No,
said.
no, 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 no. Don't do that. Yes, I know he lost, but they're probably neck and neck right now in star power in that division. And I think Merab is definitely ascending. He's doing that. But listen, Sean O'Malley is probably the biggest star in that division. And so I'll let Sean O'Malley take a little bit of time. And then he's going to have to fight one of these guys. He's going to have to fight down. So either we'll give him Bautista or we'll give him someone else. But I definitely think Bautista needs to fight up because he looked amazing. But moving on, Henry, the first fight to kind of set that main card off, we had Kevin Holland versus Vicente Luque. Henry, how did you see this fight?
Dude, I didn't. Dude, we were both wrong on this. Fuck, man. I thought Vicente had all the skills, man, to do it. I don't know, man. I've heard Vicente's he's really good at practice, bro. Like he be drilling people with, but sometimes people just don't do it when the fucking time actually comes. And I'm not too sure how that is with Vicente Luque, but kudos to Kevin Holland, bro. He has fun while he's fighting. He throws his punches in bunches, picks his shot, top smack talks. He even said, "Hey, I'm like Ali." Watching a bit of Ali like the night prior. To kind of have fun with the smack talk. Like the more that Kevin Holland's able to get the right matchups and have fun while he's doing it, with a little bit of those slick submissions, dude, Kevin Holland's fucking submission game's no joke, dude. That Darce that he has, bro, it's fuck, dude. He can catch anybody with that. I think he caught Michael Chiesa with the exact same thing. So this dude is really becoming a fan favorite. And I think when it comes down to that, Kevin Holland could just at this point start picking some of the fighters that he wants to fight. He happened to pick out your nemesis, Kobe Two Fingers Covington. What's your take on that?
No, I think it was the fight was starting to kind of air out a little bit, and yeah, Vicente kind of got off to a slow start. But it's Kevin Holland is always dangerous. That's what I said about this guy. He's always dangerous. He's just one of those guys that is he's always gonna be in the fight. He's coming to fight because it's fun for him. So and not just that, he talks the whole time. You can tell it's fun for him because he talks the whole time. I personally don't do that because I'm so dialed in and focused on what I need to do. I have had people in there talk to me, and it is what it is. I try not to pay attention because I'm focused on my goal, and that's what I came here to do is work on some good work. But listen, both guys have a great Dars. Vicente has an amazing Dars. Kevin Holland, great Dars as well. At this fight was kind of even. It was just who was going to land, who was going to put themselves in position to win the fight. And Kevin Holland did that. And so, hats off to Kevin Holland. And he called out Kobe Covington. I think that is, at first I thought that was kind of strange call out. But the more I think about it, it's a pretty good damn call out. It's a pretty good one. And it's all up to if Covington wants to step back in there and fight a guy like him, sure. That's not a fight that really means much as far as moving up in the division and getting into title contention or whatnot, but it's a fun fight that I believe everyone's going to want to watch. You got one that talks constantly and you got the other one that could sell a fight. So it is what it is. If UFC is willing to offer that fight and Covington's willing to take it, it is what it is. But Henry, before we go, I just want to touch on one fight on that prelim. Henry, my dog, swinging from H-Town, Joshua Van, taking on your boy, Bruno Silva. What a fight this was, Henry.
Yeah, I mean, it was all Josh Van, dude. I mean, it was his pressure, his combination to the inside. I mean, Bruno does a terrible job of fucking with his composure.
Why
He
do I?
pulled this he pulled the same thing with Cock, dude, where he just covered up. It's almost like he doesn't want to be there. But whatever, but I mean, it is what it is. Josh Van did his fucking job. He's calling out Brandon Moreno, which is so freaking good for him. Uh, I don't think he'll get Moreno because Moreno's too well rounded, and Moreno's really good with the hands too. But I like it,
Who
man.
doesn't
I
want to
think
see that?
yeah, exactly. I like that, man. I like the fact that Josh Van is bringing the hands impressing people, and people. The flyweight division needs guys like this. They need finishers. They need entertainers. If he could become more of a big mouth, he would he would really carry that division. I think the UFC's gonna give him what he wants. I think he is gonna get that fight with Josh Van at UFC Noche, maybe even main event. Quite honestly, because every time there's a fight, man, or Independence Day, Moreno gets it. So I would prefer for Josh Fan to do a 3 rounder with Moreno, just because he's not ready for that just quite yet to do 5 because he's been getting rid of people. And it's different. It's a different experience, Kamaru. Like the dude's still fairly new to the UFC. Don't fucking if you speed these dudes up, dude, they're gonna end up eating shit. I'm gonna go back and talk about Bo Nickel. So Josh Van, I'd fight Moreno, but ask for 3 rounds, dude. They get on a bigger card to where you guys are on a pay per view, but you get 3 rounds of actually doing it. Cause 5, Moreno is he's too experienced, man.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you, Henry. I do think you are right. Yeah, it's a different ball game when you go in championship rounds, for sure. But I disagree with you that Joshua Van can't go and handle that. Because look, even he goes 3 round fights and he's still pressing, and even when guys are running away from him, or even when guys are trying to be in stalemates and put him in certain position, this guy is still working. He's still coming after them. So Henry, I disagree with you. I think he has better combinations with his hands than Brendan Moreno. I do think Brendan Moreno is more well rounded because we have seen Brendan Moreno on his back. We've seen Brendan Moreno take guys down. We've seen Brendan Moreno on top. We've seen his kicking game. Like, yes, of course, I do think that. But what a fight. A main event fight. If they need someone to headline Mexico, who better? Brendan Moreno right now has made his name as he is that Mexican star right now in the UFC. So why not? Why not? Joshua Van from H Town, that's down there in Texas, boy. Going down there in Mexico, we get hey, that's a fight I would love to see right there. I would love to see that. And that's a fun fight and listen, because UFC is not really rushing to give Brandon Moreno another title shot. He's fought for the title, what, 4 or 5 times already? They're not really ready to give him that title shot right now. So these are all fun. Brandon Moreno right now is doing the best thing he could do, is take these fun fights, go out there and get rid of these guys, make some bread. And hey, one day they're gonna run out of guys and say, hey, all right, you've been on the win streak, you got rid of everybody else. All right, you fight for the title again. So I like the fight, Henry. Hey, Van wants it, Moreno wants it. Let's do it. Let's do
Yeah.
it. But Henry, before we go, potential KO of the year candidate? Huh?
Yeah, that's absolute, dude. This is great. This is good timing, but this is a great breakdown. Play it real quick. You're gonna see this dude. Look at how he's patient. Steps back, bah, it catches him. Talking about pulling some. Talking about somebody
Mm.
pulling him in. It was just a hook, bro. It wasn't like a check hook or anything. It was just a straight up hook because this dude was undisciplined and chasing the dude in a very wrong fashion. So, as much as I want to give you Sung Yo credit, it's also look at this dude's
Oh,
overextended.
he just touched
Just
it. Oh, he just
yeah,
touched him. He
beautiful
just like,
shot though.
yeah, amazing. Look
Beautiful
at this.
shot.
He saw
You're
it the
gonna
whole
give
way.
that KO of the year, Kush?
I don't know if I necessarily will give that KO of the year because there's a couple of different factors that I would like, for KO of the year. But this was very almost obviously not in the same fashion of Connor and Jose Aldo, but this was smooth, you know. set him up, got him to bite in. He overextended, just clipped him off. Boom. That was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful knockout. I don't know if I would go KO of the year. This year is still pretty early. So I like that one right now. But before we go, Henry, some drama in the heavyweight division. You know, John, of
I like
course, still,
that.
yeah, John, of course, still wants the Francis fight. Aspinall wants John. And now, I guess they said Francis responded to John, but then Dana says he probably wouldn't consider it. But listen, Henry, it's not the first time Dana said that before. If it makes dollars, it makes sense. So what do you think about all of this right now in the heavyweight division, Henry?
Yeah, no, I like it. I mean, I'm not sure if Francis is getting paid what he was getting paid with the PFL, if they're just holding him out. I'm not too sure what's going on with that, but dude, we'd love to see Francis Ngannou back into the UFC because that was the original fight before Tom came into play. It was John Jones versus Francis Ngannou. And at that point, I think I want to say Dana White was on Francis Ngannou's side because of John. And then
Biggest
all of a
fight
sudden,
in UFC history?
Francis Ngannou and Jones, man, you could spin it if they spent enough time in it. I tell you what, man, oof. Francis Ngannou, the way that he did Ferreira his last fight, showing the grappling, bro, that's the shit that scares people, not just knockout power. Francis Ngannou is a real heavyweight. I'd be curious to see Francis Ngannou and then Tom and then the winner fights John. If it was up to me, you gotta let my boy John kind of watch a little bit and see
What?
who's playing.
Whoa, whoa,
And
whoa.
again,
Listen here. Listen here.
he's the goat. He's the goat, Kamaru. Kamaru.
Yes, but he's the
There's
champion.
pool. There's pool there. Yeah, but there's pool there. If you could get Francis Ngannou back, if you could. Now you
Well,
have
listen.
Tom. Now you have Francis. Now you have the former champ that left as champ that laid his belt down. It happened to me when I left my belts. I immediately came back and fought for the title. Why would they,
Exactly.
why would they do that for a guy like Francis Ngannou? Tell me if I'm
Yes,
wrong.
of course.
Am
Of
I
course.
wrong?
Of
Am I
course. But then
wrong?
Francis will come back and fight John Jones, who is the champion.
Yeah, but either way, bro, John has
Who
enough
created
money.
Okay,
If
who
John
created this
decides,
mess? Who created this mess?
don't even say me, dude.
No, no, no. I'm saying who created this mess right here. You have two guys claiming that they're the champion in the division. Both guys have you handed both guys belts.
The UFC.
Exactly. So it's not Tom's fault.
Nor
Tom
is it
did his job.
John's.
It's not John's fault. John did his job. Now I'm telling
Yeah.
you right now, the biggest fight in UFC history will be John Jones versus Francis Ngannou. Now, the only thing that would kind of hurt it as far as numbers is the promotion aspect. You think about Conor McGregor and Jose Aldo did. Where did they go? They Ireland for a tour, world tour, New York. They really spent time to promote that, and you saw the result in what the numbers did. Now, if you want to do that again, you have to do that. Now, is John and Francis going to do that amount of flying all around the world in order to promote this fight? Or is UFC just going to say, oh, yeah, we're just going to put two big names. Let's see how it does. That's the only thing that would hurt the numbers. But I think this is the biggest fight that I think you can make right now. Right now. Boom. Drop the mic on that, Henry.
I'm not mad at it, but because recently people have been talking about Jones and Tom, I would prefer to see John fight Ngannou, and then I would like to see Francis fight Cyril Gane.
Francis has fought.
And yeah, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
you mean Tom? Yes, Tom
Yeah,
fights
Tom.
Cyril Gane. Yes, I like that. I like that.
And then you
That's a
turn it
great
into
one.
a bracket. Then the winner, the interim belt could be on the line too for both. The real belt and then the interim belt could be on the line. and then winner fucking is able to call himself undisputed.
I like that because John and Francis have both been undisputed champion. They fight for that, and then you and Cyril Gahn and Tom Aspinall have both been interim champions. Hey, I see where your head's at, Henry. Okay, you flowing. I see you. I see you.
Am I wrong?
You are
Am
not
I
wrong, Henry.
wrong? What do you think
But
about vocals, Kush? You think my vocals are on point, dude?
yeah, let's go ahead and move on to but yes, Henry, moving on. We have a question from a casual to end the show. Question from a casual this week, Henry. Worst part of fight week and what is the best part of fight week? Hmm.
Worst, I can start it off. Worst part of fight week, it is, of course, it is cutting weight. Best part of fight week is getting a chance to drink that water and eat on that same day. So the worst day and the best day is all the same day. So it all kind of sucks, but it all makes. But when you're able to eat and hydrate, you're just able to come into your own fucking being, and then you're good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to heavily agree with you. Worst part is that Thursday night when you have to get that weight off. And the best part is that Friday night when you're hydrated again. So yeah, it's unfortunately unfortunately and fortunately it's the hardest and you know one of the most rewarding thing about sport that we do is making that weight. All right, Henry. Yeah, it is almost officially fight week for me. I'm excited. I'm hungry. But all in all, I'm excited. And like I've said numerous times, I am blessed. So June 14th versus, how you say it, Henry? How you say his name?
Joaquin Buckley,
Versus Buckley,
the
live
buck dog.
from ATL, Georgia. It's going to be a fantastic night. It's going to be a fantastic course. So you don't want to miss it. That is June 14th, UFC Atlanta. Stay tuned. All right, Henry. I am the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman,
Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C.
and we are out.